Well, welcome to the channel, people, and you're probably thinking, what the hell is going on here, Crumble? I can see you making your way down a strange track, but your voice sounds strangely dislocated from it all. Well, you're absolutely right. I am sat in my studio in my underpants with a pair of headphones on, hoping my wife doesn't come in, whilst watching this footage and doing a rather strange voiceover. So obviously we're in the midst of COVID-19 and the old horrible lockdown, and we're not allowed out. What a pain in the arse. So at the moment, can't just stick my helmet on, shove a microphone in my helmet and talk absolute bollocks to you. So here I am, trying to think of different ways of doing things and stealing a bit of awesome players kind of scenario here. So this is me making my way down a rather muddy track in the Peak District sometime last year, can't quite remember when, and I'm having a lovely time. I think this is about probably March, April last year. It doesn't look like summer, does it? I don't know why I can't remember, and I could probably find out quite easily, but anyway, it's taking up 10 seconds of the video. You can see it's quite bumpy and the bike's just I'm making my way downhill here. There's a little bit of heavy breathing going on, as there always is in my videos. But it's lovely. I mean, look at that sky. That's fantastic, isn't it? There's brick walls either side, and there's some people up ahead who were rather wary of me. Quite muddy here. And then these people, you can see them darting out the way. I probably look quite a sight stood up. 6'4" Crumble stood. You can see them looking rather fearful, stepping back. It's not even COVID time. But people walking about, they tend to treat you with a little bit of kind of disdain, really. You tend to get, there's often a look in their eye, these sort of ramblers and walkers, of, what the hell are you doing on here? You shouldn't be allowed on here. But I just tend to give them the Crumble wave and a lovely big smile, and put on the charm. Just because I'm kind of thinking, really, that the reputation of bikers, we haven't got a great reputation. I'm kind of thinking I could do what I can. Here, you can hear me talking to myself a little bit and wondering, I'm turning the bars to see where the phone takes me.
What's that one there?
Having a look back. Look at that sky. It look great. So I'm just deciding where to go here. Having a think. I can see a byway up ahead. It tells you it's called Outdoors GB, the app, I think. OS mapping, and you pay about 15 quid a year, and you can download maps to your phone. It's cracking. I've mentioned it on videos before.
Very enjoyable indeed.
Here I'm talking to myself a bit and telling myself how enjoyable it all is. It's not going to be enjoyable soon, and that's why you're probably thinking, well, this is all very lovely, Mr. Crumble, but are we just going to be watching a 20-minute video of you doing a voiceover? Hello. Are we just going to be watching a voiceover of you just riding around the Peak District? Because I'm quite happy with that. I don't mind that. I'd prefer to do that than sit and look at the walls or talk to the wife or the husband. But no. The reason I've kept this footage, you can see I'm musing to myself here about which way to go. The reason I've kept this footage is because I got in a bit of a pickle, my friends. An ickle bick of a pickle, and it's coming up soon. At the moment, confidence is building. I'm barreling along here thinking that life's great, and I'm sure I'm in my own mind thinking, isn't it wonderful adventure biking? The places this motorbike can take you, the wonderful Peak District, the beautiful skies. And I'm sure that I'm wanking lyrical in my own head as I'm riding along past these old barns. And it's one of those days where you head out and you're checking the map and you're thinking, oh, try that byway, and then you see another one and you think, oh, try that byway. And the confidence builds and builds until the point where you end up going down somewhere and you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have gone down that one. But anyway, just coming up to a bit of a corner here, I think. You can see it's a nice, pretty well packed. It almost looks like it might be concrete. No, maybe a bit of mud. Yeah, a bit sketchy there. But look at that view, the hills in the background, lovely sun out. Great time to be alive before COVID-19 stopped us riding. So you can see I've just come around this bend, and here's quite a... nearly threw myself into a stone wall that's probably been there for about 150 years. And I'm sure a lot of people not from this country think, who the hell built those walls? Well, I've got no idea, but they clearly had a lot of time on their hands. Maybe it was a previous virus, and clearly a lot of patience. Now I've opened this gate. This gate sort of seems to be shutting the byway off and then throwing it back, and then this is a lovely little moment that'll show you just how unintelligent I am. On and off the bike again, you can hear me every time I get on and off the bike these days. That's middle age for you. And here's clever Crumble. Watch this, like a fucking Laurel and Hardy sketch. This. We go for the gate. Oh, I'll just put the gate back. I'll just swing it back along this. Oh, the bike's in the way. I'll have to move the motor bicycle out of the way. So rather one of those moments where you just think, Jesus. One of those moments where you realise that you do have a limited intelligence, limited common sense. And then I'm musing upon the fact here, I'm kind of deciding, does the gate go back and cover that byway? You can see me thinking, can't you, looking around, my head whirring, brain whirring. Oh, I think it should go back and shut the gate. Yes, that seems to be more sensible to me. I'm not sure if there's any livestock in that field. I don't know. Look at that view. Maybe there's some sheep over there. Anyway, I look like I've done the right thing. We're back on the bike, and I'm just going to take a moment to ponder and think about where to go. And you can see that I'm just having a quick look. It's quite nice having the touchscreen gloves on. Quite a benefit at these times, although they're getting a bit messed up. So I've decided I'm going the wrong way, so we need to do an 8-point turn. And the Peak District's about an hour from me. It's one of those places that you need a day at, really, because you want to have a good ride, you want to have a good explore, and there's so much to get around. If you don't know this country, if you're watching from Australia, Canada, get a few Aussies watching. G'day, mate. How's it going?
Thank you.
Hello. Thank you. A pond there, a bowl of water. It's sort of down the spine of England, right in the centre of England, really. Lovely place to ride, really nice. Anyway, we get into the moment where, again, I've spotted a little path and riding along thinking, this is great. And then I can see a little sign. And then I stop here. There's a car there, which probably means that someone's having a walk down here. I'm not sure how legal this is. I think I might be testing my... I don't know if this is a bridle way or... But anyway, I'm going to pay the price. What I tend to do with you can see me, I'm sort of heading downhill here and everything looks pretty tickety-boo. I'll stop scratching my beard. It'll come up on the mic. What I tend to do is see a spot and I think, well, I'll stop there and I'll have a look. And a lot of people have, well, not a lot, but a few people have had a pop at me in the past and said, why are you stopping there? What's all that about? And I just think it's sensible to stop, switch the bike off, put it on its stand, and go and have a look. You know, especially since it's happened to me once or twice.
It looks alright, to be fair.
Looks alright, to be fair, he says. Yeah.
Look at
yeah.
that.
Looks alright.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's as much of the assessment as I did. There was no great health and safety thing going on there. There was no documentation. There was no spreadsheet done there. It was just a, yeah, that looks alright, yeah. And what I'm more concerned with, you can see here, rather than doing any kind of assessment, looking at the OS map and looking at the elevation here, I've decided to take a photo. Yeah. My first instinct is Instagram. And whether I can get a good shot with the sky in the background. Look, one on the knees, one just over there. I'll probably go home with about 18 pictures of the bike looking exactly the same. One from here, Mr. Crumble? Oh, no, you're going to put it back, are you? That's it, you pop it back. And while you're doing that, why don't you have a proper look down this hill? Why don't you have a proper scan of the map, a proper look at...
Goes to a byway.
Where is it going, he says? Byway. Yeah, well, he's asked the question, but he's not answered the question, Mr. Crumble. And what's he going to do now? Pressing buttons again. You can see, if you look down, you can see, I mean, the GoPro, as I always say, levels things out, but it's quite a significant downhill. But looking there, it doesn't look too bad. Anyway, here we go, drop down. Hear me heavy breathing. Here we go, it's starting to look a bit sketchy. Little drop.
Oh, you bitch.
Oh, you bitch.
Not getting back.
Not getting back. Fuck. And the little fuck there is recognition of the fact that I've kind of realised that...
Looks alright.
I think it looks alright, he says.
Just a bit steep, innit?
Just a bit steep, yeah. You'll be fine.
A bit rocky.
It's very rocky, Mr. Crumble. Goes to a... Where does it go?
Gonna get up that muddy hill.
They won't get up that muddy hill. Where you're thinking, but... Here we are, the heavy breathing continues.
Like confidence could outdo you here.
Yeah, well that's what's happened here, mate. And at least you're man enough to recognise the fact that you've made a bit of a boo-boo here, because what you've done, you've gone halfway down that hill and you've kind of... I mean, I could turn round there, I think. But I've decided... You can hear me musing. Yeah, what's he going to do now? Have a look over the dry stone wall. Don't knock it over. Mind whirring here. You can hear the cogs going round, can't you? Creaking round. That sounded more like a dead pigeon or a seagull. Here we go. A lot of breathing.
Okay.
And that's it. Talking to myself just to kind of reassure myself. Yeah. The good thing about these bikes is that the bigger bikes, it'll just roll it down and...
That's slippy. Let's just fucking hope I don't have to get back up here.
Well.
Fucked if I do.
Well, there you go. And I've made my way down to the bottom here. And time to just have a little bit of a breather and have a think. And what I should have done here was just think, right, let's assess my options. I've already had a look at the map and I've thought, well, down straight on there, which looks good, it's just a footpath down to the river and I could already see that there's no way out of there. So here we go. I've already recognised this as a muddy hill. What I should be doing here is giving it the absolute beans. Get up on the pegs. Go on. But I'm already running out of steam. And there's no way you're going to pull that big bike up there with the... I mean, the rear tyre's just spinning and spinning.
I'm never going to get up there.
Now, there you go. Defeatist. That's the problem with you, Mr. Crumble. And some of the realisation's just dawning on me now. I'm starting to think to myself, oh dear. Thoughts of tow trucks, phone calls to the wife, being there in the dark. All of those things are starting to make me breathe heavily as well. I'm starting to think about the fact that I might just have to live here, just stay here forever, maybe make a new home next to this dry stone wall, start a family, create some sort of job situation, live off the land. Yeah. And all this heavy breathing, it's nerves as well, you know. With me, I know what I'm like. I'm a bit like, I've made a terrible mistake. I've made a terrible decision. I'm going to be here forever. And I'm doing this thing now that I've seen. I watched it on a video somewhere where I waggle my bars 15 times. I think I'm using the clutch instead of the brake to sort of bring me down the hill, and then I'm waggling the bars just to bring the front inch by inch round. I saw it on a video once. It works. I don't drop the bike. I know you're waiting for me to. All this heavy breathing. You think I'd have some sort of fitness level with all this, but no. So finally made my way and I can start to bring the bike down. But I'm starting to think now, what the hell am I going to do? Because the path I've just come up, there's no way I'm getting back up there. I know that with my skill level, the size of the bike, and if I do get stuck on that hill, I wouldn't even be able to turn the bike round. You know, and you can't just reverse it down. So you can see I've already recognised what I should have done was get off the bike and have a bit of a walk down there, but yeah, a bit of a pickle. Anyway, you can see that I cut the video here, and what I've decided to do then is go through the gate. Now I'm trying I've come down the bottom of the hill, I've tried left, now I'm trying right. What I've identified here on the byway map is the fact that if I go through this field, it's clearly not a byway. I don't think it's a byway. If I go through this field, it's a bit sketchy, there's some stone here that looks pretty slippy. There seems to be, well, there definitely is a river, but there seems to be a bridge over the river. So I've got my fingers crossed here, and I'm thinking, looks alright, well, we'll see, mate. But I'm thinking that if, yeah,
I don't have to go up any.
Yeah, you didn't quite finish that sentence, did you, mate? So panic's setting in down here, confidence is gone, and all I'm thinking, I'm already looking across, I can see a chap walking there, but I'm just looking across, hoping and praying that the bike will get on the bridge over, because I'm thinking if this is a river, and it is a river on the byway map, there's no way I'm getting over it, you know, there's no way I'm getting through it. I mean, a lot of these rivers are fucking sizable, you know, they're a few feet deep. But a sort of realisation's starting to dawn on me, and as soon as I glimpse this bridge, I start to recognise that this is, it's a footbridge. There's no way I'm getting over there. Hope is gone. Stuck. I've got this sort of fatalism, this kind of, you know, I'm always, in my mind it's always, bloody typical, this has happened to me again. Part of me looking at the bike there thinking, should I take a photo? But anyway, I've already spotted.
No way I can get the bike up there.
There's Derek and Jean, who I get into conversation with. I've made the decision that there's no way, well, it's not even a decision, there's no way I'm getting the bike over that footbridge. But I've spotted this gate, and luckily there's no padlock on it, and you can see that it has had traffic, or there have certainly probably farm vehicles going over there. So I'm starting to have a look now and going for a bit of a paddle. And you can see actually it doesn't look too bad. The only thing I'm thinking here is that it looks pretty fast flowing. I don't think I've ever done a proper river crossing. You can see the bridge there with people walking over it. There's no chance I'm getting the bike over there. And I'm starting to contemplate now, this is my escape. And then Derek gets in touch.
Hey? I'm going to have to, I'm a bit stuck.
He's got his Dennis the Menace jumper on as Derek.
I came down the hill down there.
Hill down there? And decided to take my... I've always wear earplugs when I'm on the bike. I don't like hearing the bike clanging away underneath me while I'm bouncing down hills. So I've taken my helmet off to speak to Derek and Jean. Derek's got his Dennis the Menace jumper on and Jean's soberly dressed. And I start telling the story. I think, I don't know if he said where you come from, meaning, where do you live? But I decided to tell him how I'd got there. So we're looking at upside down pictures of the sky here. There's Derek. Lovely, actually a lovely couple who were very nice. And were asking me, this was the highlight of their week, I think. I've just cut it here. I don't know why I did this. He said to me, do you want me to take your helmet? And I went, yeah, okay. And then I thought, the fuck am I doing that for? There's Jean. Hi, Jean. And there's me walking off into the distance to go and get on the bike and cross the river without a helmet on. What was going through my mind at that point, I have no idea. But Derek, I didn't want to let Derek down. Derek had offered. Derek had said, I'll take your helmet. And I thought, I don't want to say no, Derek, you can't have my helmet. So anyway, I've walked back to the bike. Derek's got my helmet. And here we go. There's Mr. Crumble in the far off distance, finally glimpsed. Get your magnifying glass out, you might see my ugly face, and here we go. Knees trembling here, knee tremblers. The only thing I'm worried about is the pace of that water. Here we go, taking my time, assessing the situation. It's like Jean's coming over to have a word. And into the water. And Derek's words are funny after I've done this. Have a listen. Here we go. And there he goes. And that was that. Derek?
That was easier than we thought it was going to be.
Yes, it was, Derek. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, he couldn't go back, he tried to go back up the hill, it's too steep.
Aw.
Take his helmet back to him there.
Oh, you lovely bloke, Derek. Take his helmet back to him. Very nice chap. So it was a situation really where I suppose I made a bit of a rash decision. It's going to happen, and you're going to get into problems when you go off road. Here you can see I'm just starting to reflect, panic over.
Well, got in a bit of a pickle there.
Called it a pickle 15 times.
Just had to cross there. I wonder if the guy's held my helmet to... I should have told him to film me.
Doesn't matter. Derek had it sorted, Mr.
Anyway.
Crumble. Anyway.
God. And that was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous,
Right.
and
Off we go.
it's really, you know, I know what the comments are going to say, and you could have easily made it up that hill, you could have easily got back up, you just need to give it more. I know all those things now, but when I get fuzzy. I'm always like it. I get fuzzy in these situations where instead of stopping to think, instead of stopping and taking my helmet off, having to sit down and think rationally, I panic sometimes and I make
Thank you.
decisions.
See ya.
See you later, Derek. See you, G. I make decisions where they're based on kind of I'm being impetuous. I'm thinking I've got to get out, I've got to get out, I've got to get up the hill because I think I'm stuck, I've got to get out. Instead of just thinking, take your time, have a think. And what, you know, again, if I'd have had any confidence in my ability, I might have thought, have another go at that hill. Come on, you'll be able to get up there. Anyway, that's me. That's me done. And you can see I'm heading out back into the Peak District now, and you know, went on to have a lovely day, but a bit of a lesson learned, and I thought I'll keep that footage. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll keep it. And I look at it sometimes and think, yeah, you're a bit of a dickhead, aren't you? Eh? Little bit of a dickhead. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like rather different voiceover Crumble, and God, I hope we're back out soon, eh? I hope we're back out exploring soon, and I hope you and your family and your friends and everyone are safe, and I hope you're making the most of being at home. I've built a gate. I've built a gate, and there we are. All right, people. Thanks for watching. Peace out. See you on the next one. Love you. Bye. Bye. Love you. Bye.